Okay, now we're going to talk about the next section, which is room descriptions and dimensions in the main dwelling. Here, we're obviously going to put the room measurements and give a description of that particular room, if any is necessary. So here we have the living room measurements. The old MLS may have all this information. If it appears to be accurate, then you can use that information. If it appears to be way off, and in this case gives a dimension of 40 by 40 for the living room, that's probably not accurate. So we want to have the right measurement, and you can get that taken care of by doing it yourself or having it professionally measured. But for the sake of this training, we'll utilize the information at hand. And here we're going to put 17 by 14. Notice there are no spaces. I can't do half measurements. I can't do, the inches or foot mark. I can only do whole numbers and use the X to represent the by and then the number after it, and that's it. Anything else, you'll get an error. What is the description of the living room? If there's a fireplace, then we'll put fireplace, and if these others apply, then put those. But put the one thing that's going to be the most attractive, and in this case, the fireplace would work. The kitchen measurement, that is 19 by 11, and the description of the kitchen is just an eat-in. And do we have any of these other rooms? In this case, we do not. It skips all the way down to the first bedroom. Now, in many other properties, you're going to have the dining room, maybe a den, definitely a bonus room in most. You put the measurements, and then where is it located? Is it on the second floor, or is it over the garage or the main level? Is it unfinished, etc.? What's most relevant for that? Now these additional rooms, these are great to use for your utility room, or maybe like a fourth or a fifth bedroom that you can't squeeze in. Or I'm sorry, a fifth bedroom that you can't squeeze in, because you'll notice here that you can only do 4 bedrooms. Well, what if you have a 5 bedroom? Where do you put that? Well, you can put that up in the additional room, and you can go ahead and describe it as bedroom 5 or bedroom 6. But we don't have any of that. We're just going to skip right to bedroom number 1, and that is a 13 by 13. And this one has a full bath, not a suite, but a full bath. And of course, you can see the other options. If those apply, then you may select them. Bedroom number 2, 13 by 10. Nothing special about the other bedrooms. They're just bedrooms. 10 by 10. Now, how many bedrooms are on the main floor, the second, etc., for all the other information? So this is a ranch, so all bedrooms are on the main. We have none on the second. How many full baths are on the first floor? In this case, we have 2 full bathrooms. You do not have to put 0 over here because it's in black, but the blue you have to put. There's no half bath, so we'll just put a 0. Now this is square footage, bedrooms, baths, and half baths, not in the main dwelling. If you had a detached garage or just an attached garage and there was a bathroom out in it, something of that nature, where it's not inside the actual main dwelling, then that's where we're going to put this square footage and list it. This doesn't apply here. Fireplace, we know we have at least 1 fireplace. Okay, now we're going to look at drapes. And here, as you know, the contract by default states that the drapes remain unless otherwise specified in the contract. So if your sellers want the drapes to go with them, they need to take them down before they list it on the market. If they are on there, then they're going to remain unless you write it in a counter or the buyer writes it in their offer and you've accepted it that they do not remain. So again, just be careful with what you put here. You're not bound to it, but it can cause some contention and confusion. So if your sellers just want them to remain, then just put all remain. If they don't want them to remain and you put negotiable, just understand that that could cause some problems later if you missed that on the contract. So here the master bath type, we're going to select what it is. Is it a combo tub shower? Is it a half bath, etc.? And we'll put the one that pertains to it. On this one, It is just a combo tub shower, and the description, if it applies, we'll put one of these. Here it's in the master bedroom, we'll select master bedroom. Your interior features, what do we have in the home? You can only select 6. So you can't go crazy with this one if they have 15 different items. Pick the most 6 relevant if it applies. So we have a ceiling fan, we have smoke alarm, we have utility connection for washer and dryer, and that's it. If the fireplace is wood burning, that's where you would select this option. If it's not wood burning, there is no other option for it. So we'll go ahead and select wood burning fireplace. The fence. Is there one, and what kind of fence is it? Is there a fence in the backyard, front yard, etc.? Is it a chain, privacy, whatever? In this case, we do not have one, so we will not select one. The pool. Again, you don't have to select it, but I like putting none because when it comes up on the MLS, it reads pool, and then there's a blank there. So some people think there's a pool if they don't understand how to read it. So if you put none, then it just really specifies that, hey, there's no pool. Does this property have a patio, a deck? In this case, we have a covered porch on the front, and then we just have a porch on the back. What do we have here for some exterior features? For some reason the garage door opener is on there. You want to select that if you have a garage door and the openers with it. Do I have a storage building out back? Any of these other things that apply. Again, be careful with putting things like the storage building because again that can cause contention and confusion, whether it remains or not, and if it's not in the contract, etc. So you need to be very careful about listing these things. If there is a storage building, my best advice would be not to even put this, and that way if the buyer wants it, they can put it in the contract and then you can agree or disagree with it. But by putting it can cause some confusion as to whether or not it will remain behind. Going down here to the range that's in the home, is this going to be electric, gas? These are both electric. The range, is it a built-in cooktop, etc.? This is just a single drop-in oven, and that's what we select here. The appliances that are in a home, obviously when you put these, it means really these are the items that are staying. So if there's a refrigerator that's staying, you can put it, but again, you're not bound to that. But again, don't put it if it's not remaining. Microwave, dishwasher. So those are our appliances in the home. Do I have any of these that apply? If you do, you can go ahead and select these. Cable TV is fine. Do I have any of these? Now in here, you may have programmable thermostats, attic fans. Down here you also have storm doors, windows, insulated glass, and some other high features. So when you're higher dollar homes, a lot of these may apply. Just don't forget them. Water source. We have city water. Here we have sewer. Our cooling source is electric. Our heating is electric. And we have central and central. And down here for the schools, there are other websites that the county and city provide that's based off of their bus routes that give us the school locations. If you need those, again, write to me on a separate note and I can send you those links. For here, we're just going to, for training purposes, we're going to put what's on the old MLS, which is probably no longer relevant, but we'll say scales, and then we have Siegel, and then Siegel. After the schools, just to backtrack, I want to mention this right here before we go. The sewer system, if it's city, it's very simple. You just select sewer. But if there is a septic tank, not a step system would not apply in what I'm about to tell you. but a no kidding septic tank for that yard, then that's something you have to send a request to the county in which the property resides. And I have a list of all those contacts should you ever need them and their email addresses to where you'll send off the septic permit request form to them, and they'll dig up the permit and send that back to you so that you can attach it to the MLS, and it'll designate how many bedrooms. Because, for example, if it shows that this property is a 3-bedroom, but you know that they're living in it and there are 4 bedrooms, what looks to be 4 legit bedrooms, then you can't state that it's a 4-bedroom. You can only state what the septic allows it to do. But you can put in the remarks column saying, hey, there is a 4th bedroom in the home, etc. Okay, now that we've finished inputting all information that we can think of, as we go through here, we can double check, and we don't see anything that is left unattended. You have 3 options here. You can just simply save this, and it'll save it as an incomplete file. It will not go online. If you're ready to put this on the market, you can hit save as active showing. That will throw it on the MLS. And that'll be another video to show you how to attach documents and pictures, etc. You can also save as active not showing, which puts it on MLS, but shows everyone that it is not being shown and it's not published to the world. In this case, we're just going to save it as an incomplete. Now, when you save as incomplete, it does not matter that you did not fill out any blue required fields, which is the great thing about it. You just go in and fill out what you want, and then you can address it later. And you'll notice it throws it in here into your list of properties. 1003 Cornwall Court shows up as incomplete. If you have any other questions about this, please feel free to contact me. Thanks.